Uh, both Sais, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Uh, so I will begin with uh, addressing both of you. Like I will call Sai you and Sai C. And let's see how it goes. I know that the name being same might be cause for confusion, but let's try and channelize our energies to cause as less confusion as possible. All right. Okay. So, first, the first few segments of our Q&A will be your journey into design, right? Uh, so, this question is for you, Sai you. What inspired you in terms of the variety of career, out of the variety of careers available? What inspired you to choose design? Okay, design is for me. How did you realize that? Was there some specific moment or a specific interest which triggered into you knowing more about design?
Yes, ma'am. So, I had always been a very creative child. Ever since I was in school, I was always dancing, I was drawing, I was creating things.
Okay.
So, I always knew that I wanted to have a creative career. I wasn't the type to just sit in one place and study for 8 hours.
Uh,
So, after 10th, I started to go through creative careers.
hmm,
And at first, I was so sure that I was going to make a career after studying in fine arts.
hmm,
So I also started looking to colleges for fine arts. So
huh,
then I found design. And as I was exploring design, I got to know that I can use my creativity to help
hmm,
other people. And that was very amazing to me. I've always liked helping people. I've always liked interacting with people. So I thought my first impression of design was using my creativity to make something for people.
hmm.
So that was what really attracted me towards design.
Wow, that's interesting. Like people will maybe assume that, design is not a career which supports helping, but it's actually exactly opposite. I'm glad you found your niche in design. Sai, see, what about you? Was there a specific incident which inspired you to take up design?
I'll actually go through a little memory lane.
Hmm.
So, till 10th grade, I had explored like a lot of different things, Bharatanatyam, yoga, and I knew that I loved exploring things. I loved doing a lot of things, and then whatever I do in my life, I wanted to keep continuing them.
Right.
So in 10th grade, I did this project for ARAI, the Automotive Research Association of India. And the outcome of the project, it was a technical project.
Okay.
So I had thought that, okay, I'm going to do engineering.
Hmm.
But actually, when I look back at now, I realized that I had actually done a design project which was technical. So when I decided I was going to do engineering, I started the process and I realized that I had to give up on a lot of things which I was interested in.
Hmm.
Like a lot of my dance classes, I had to give up, then a lot of other extracurricular things. And I realized that when it comes to design, it is not just the aesthetics part. It is also the blend of the aesthetics along with the technical aspect, which I really
Hmm.
love doing.
Yeah.
So when I came to Gurumantra, Aparna ma'am actually told me what design is. She
Hmm.
told me what all specializations are there.
Hmm.
And then I explored, then I realized that product design is something that I would love to do.
Right.
Yes, that is why design.
Oh, that's wonderful. You began your design career or first product design job without even knowing that you were doing full hardcore design, which is superb. Right. Okay. Next question for you, Sai. See, so you decided on the design is for you. Okay. what kind of research helped you prepare for the entrance exam? Or was there, particular mentorship you were seeking from specific resources? And how did you go about it?
So the main thing, the first thing which I did was decide upon what college that I want to go to. First, I
Hmm.
decided what I wanted to learn,
Right.
and a lot of colleges offer a lot of things, and it depends upon the students what they can gain the most from which college. So
Right.
I decided what colleges I want to
Hmm.
target,
Hmm.
and then when it comes to the preparation of entrances, I think the main thing that we need to learn is the design aptitude, or like improving your design intelligence,
Correct.
creativity. So I think that even though I did not realize it till 11th standard,
Hmm.
all the Guru Mantra projects which I did, it helped me gain all that design creativity, which I applied during the mock tests and realized that, I'd learned it back then.
Right.
And all the app again, self study, yes, but when it comes to design, the self study is fun because
Hmm.
if it is sketching or product designing or even solving the aptitude questions, even though if it is math, it is fun because it is design related.
Right.
So yeah, that is how
That's
about it.
so nice, though. It's very wonderful perspective. Sai, you, what about you? Anything you would like to add or tell related to your process and how you approached the entrance exams?
So for me, I wasn't as sure as Sai is about like what like I actually wanted to study within design,
Hmm.
and I don't think I'm still very sure about it. So I didn't apply to many colleges. I just applied to the government colleges. So
Right.
like if you're sure you can do the research, then go for as many colleges as you can.
Right. Great. And what about the mentorship or the specific resources? What did you refer to while pursuing these various entrance exams?
Mostly like my main source of like preparation was Guru Mantra. Guru Mantra's assignments all through 11th standard really, really helped. They were so helpful and they were also really fun.
Hmm.
So I think that the mentors in Guru Mantra also like really helped me reach where I am now. So yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. Very nice. Um, so next question for both of you. I would like Sai C to answer first. So there are a lot of options available. What made you choose Guru Mantra as, partnership program? Like, what was it that stood out about the Guru Mantra program that you selected Guru Mantra to help you out in your pursuit of design?
So, when it comes to why I started with Guru Mantra,
Mm.
is I walked in, and I don't know, it felt like a very safe, happy space because I wasn't sure that I'm going to do design. I had started my science classes, and my mom was like, Sai, no, I know that you are going to enjoy design.
Hmm.
So we both came to Guru Mantra and we spoke to Aparna ma'am. And while leaving, I was like, "आई मला हे करायचंय." And then later, what really I liked is that when it comes to design, you have to love design. And Guru Mantra helped me love design.
Hmm.
So let it be the design challenges, which I absolutely loved, or even the group tasks, which I gained a lot from. And every challenge made me discover a new thing in myself, which I didn't know before. So I think that is my Guru Mantra.
Very, very interesting. Uh, what about you, Sai? You, any specific reason why you selected Guru Mantra as, the platform to help you in your pursuit of design?
Yeah, so the day I visited Guru Mantra, for like inquiry. I remember I visited GXL
Yeah.
first,
Yeah. Okay.
and the atmosphere there, even like the decor,
Hmm.
it was a very creatively nurturing space.
Hmm.
And I knew that like here I won't be very restricted and I won't be put in a box ki ye karo
Hmm.
wo karo, वैसा नहीं होगा. I was very sure. So I was like यही करना है.
Okay. Anything specific which stood out about the program at Guru Mantra, which made you point it out, okay, this is for me. Say you.
Yeah, okay. So, specifically the type of assignments we are given at Guru
Hmm.
Mantra,
Hmm.
I went through the Guru Mantra website beforehand, and I loved the student work over there. Like what we were asked to do, it really jogged our minds and forced us to like think something other than what we were already thinking.
Hmm.
And like the whole process of Guru Mantra was very nice and very different from what we were doing for the last 10 years. So yeah, I think that was the thing that really stood out.
Right. Very interesting. Same question I would like to pass on to Sai C.
Actually, my friend, I was the one who joined, I was the last batch. And my friend, who was in my science class, she had joined earlier, and she used to tell me all these amazing things you do at Guru Mantra, the projects and all.
Yeah.
And I used to be like, what am I doing? But I don't even like doing the things that I was doing at that time.
Hmm.
And then I actually finally came to Guru Mantra. And actually, at that time, I hadn't done a lot of self research as to why Guru Mantra. But
Okay.
now I can tell you that all the tasks, all the design challenges, everything, like maybe even right now to all the students, if
Hmm.
they the first year is done, 11th, you might not realize that how much you have gained. When you start doing the mock tests, you will realize that you have learned a lot, and that is when you're going to apply things.
Right. As we are already talking about mock tests, I want to jump a little bit into uh, that part. Can you explain briefly about Sai? For you, this question is Sai C. Can you briefly explain about the structure of a typical design entrance exam and what is there exactly? What is the hype about part A and part B and what is it?
So there are two parts,
Hmm.
and the weightage that every college gives is different, but I'll come back to that later. So these two parts, part A is design aptitude,
Hmm.
and in here you have analytical, logical reasoning along with general knowledge and social awareness. And when it comes to part B, there is the sketching part, but it is mostly about how you can present your design creativity. So it might be through sketching or writing, however the question demands you.
Right.
So for NID, I'll just give an example. Right now, we had a 20 marks of aptitude and 80 marks part B, which is the design.
Okay.
So right this time we were asked to even write a lot as well as the
Hmm.
sketching. So
Right.
every college, like for UCEED, we have a 300 marks paper. UCEED for IIT, we have a 300 marks paper, and 200 marks is for the aptitude part, where you have more over the analytical part and the logical reasoning part, and the 100 marks is for the part B. So another thing is that it is sort of similar for other private institutes as well. Yeah.
Right.
Is there
Very.
something you want me to add as well? If I'm missing anything?
You just said that I will get to that part later about part A and part B, the percentage. So I
Okay.
would like you to address that one also.
Okay. So for NID, it changes every year. It is not fixed. Now this year we had 25 marks part A and the rest part B. But one year they also had exactly opposite. They had more of part A and less of part B. So you cannot predict when it comes to NID at all what sort of questions or anything. This time we did not have maths, but one year you might have a lot of maths as well. And when it comes to UCEED, it is fixed. 300 marks paper, 200 marks part A, 100 marks part B, and part B is also divided into two parts. So the first part is more of the sketching, the perspective part, and the second is design aptitude.
Right. Perfect. Thank you so much, Sai.
Thank you.
I think you have addressed that, part very like appropriately about design schools wanting to keep all the students on their toes, and there are a lot of hidden layers in the entrance exams itself. Sai, this question I would like to direct to you. I hear a lot about you telling us that part A, there's a lot of maths, there is a lot of logical thinking and, reasoning going on, social awareness, GK. So, beyond the preparatory sessions which were there, um, conducted by Gurumantra on maths and logics, what exact of efforts did you make to, cover this part A aspect?
Okay, so like I used to watch GK videos on YouTube and current
Hmm.
affairs and news and
Hmm.
all, but like I think what really helped me was being curious all the time. I had to be curious all the time. I had to question everything around me. I
Right.
had to know how this works, how that works. And I think that was the thing that really helped me, not the YouTube videos.
I like your description about curiosity. You were like a small child who was constantly asking questions about things surrounding you. So, wonderful way to describe how you pursued your part A, the extra efforts you made in studying for part A. Great.
Sorry.
Says,
Can I
yes, you
add
want to
another
add? I can
thing?
see. Yeah.
Yeah, so I really had a lot of fun solving the part A questions. So I went a little further and one resource that really helped me was the R.S. Agarwal books. So
Okay.
just letting all the students know that it was like very helpful for me and I solved them. So they were really good.
Right. Nice, very great. Okay, next question is for you, Saisi. So, which design entrance exams did you apply for? And I know that you applied for a lot of private institutes as well as government institutes. So, can you highlight the differences which you observed in the design entrance tests or exams across these various colleges you applied for?
Yeah. I'll go through like every design school that I applied for.
Yeah.
So NID has two rounds. I
Hmm.
think round two, Sai will be able to explain it in a much better way. But till then, I'll just tell you. So for NID, as I said, for the first round, there are two parts, and aptitude and the design aptitude as well.
Creative thing.
Yeah, creative. And the second part is the studio test.
Correct.
So for NID, you also have to give your SOP while
Right.
filling out the form. SOP is your statement of purpose. It is just letting the institute know why you are into design, why should they take you.
Hmm.
Then you see it. You see it just as one round, a 300 marks paper. You see it is for IIT.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I already went through the paper pattern for UC.
Yes.
Then I also applied for Strat Bangalore.
Right.
So Strat has two rounds as well.
Hmm.
First round, actually, I really enjoyed giving Strat exam because it was so fun. We had around 20 marks aptitude, and the other 80, all the creative design questions, the questions itself were so creative.
Right.
that I even later I was trying to solve them. They were really fun. And the next round, after the first round, we had an interview round as well.
Okay.
So for the interview, we are supposed to prepare a portfolio as well.
Right.
And we're supposed to submit it beforehand, and they ask the questions based upon the portfolio.
Okay.
Then symbiosis. Symbiosis had 3 rounds. The first was their entrance exam. It was of
Yeah.
50 marks.
Yeah.
It was entirely MCQ based.
Hmm.
And after if we qualify that round, we had another round of the studio test,
Hmm.
which they call the PPRI round. They gave the task us a day before, and we were supposed to submit design concept sheets, a model, and a presentation.
Correct.
And then we had an interview as well.
Right. Okay.
Then MIT has 2 rounds.
Right.
Um, so the entrance exam, and then we have the interview round as well for MIT.
Right. Right.
And bits. So for bits, we have 3 rounds.
Hmm.
Bits also takes the marks of UCEED and NID,
Yeah.
and bits has its own entrance exam, which
And right.
was quite related, quite similar to the UCEED questions.
Hmm.
And if we qualify that, we go to the second round where we have to submit our portfolios.
Hmm.
And after that, we have an interview round. So for bits, they choose the best marks that we got, either NID, UCEED, or the bits entrance exam.
Yes. So you have best out of three
Yes,
kind of
best out of 3.
thing. Right. Okay, great. Sai, would you like to explain what happens in NID round two? Because Sai did say that you would like, you would be able to put more light on that.
Yeah, okay. So like NID mains which is there, it is preparing for it can be very confusing because
Hmm.
there is literally no data, no predictions can be made. Every year something different comes.
Right.
So in general, some questions can be like audio visual based, but it was an exam of 2 3 hours.
Right.
It consisted of 3 questions which had sub questions in it and 3 different answer booklets.
Yes.
First, was like for my year 2025, it was audio visual based. They
Hmm.
showed us a video and like they showed it the video to us for only one time, and we
Hmm.
had to really observe and pay attention and
Yeah.
then answer the questions in the booklet based off of it. The
Right.
second was similar to prelims part B ka paper. There were some questions, some storyboarding questions, some design questions.
Right.
So it was, and the third was model making. So we had
Hmm.
to make a working windmill
Yes.
in 40 minutes.
In
45 minutes. I don't
Okay, so
remember.
you had around 45 minutes time and you were to make a working windmill model,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Uh, Great. Thank you for answering both those questions. So this next question is for Sai you. I've been hearing from you about, you require your portfolio. So now for almost all the colleges require you to submit portfolios or carry portfolios, right? So Say what kind of process did you go through to make your creative portfolio? What kind of work did you choose to include in that portfolio?
So my portfolio was like a lot of people have told me that it was very unique, but I
Hmm.
don't know for sure. So I tried to like put in a storytelling element throughout
Right.
the whole portfolio. So
Right.
my portfolio was a bit of a story in itself.
Hmm.
Regarding the projects I chose, mostly I chose my best projects from Gurumantra and my personal projects.
Right.
But I also put in some good projects, like some good potential projects that I failed in.
Hmm.
Because I think that it is important to show the colleges that I tried this and I failed, but I still tried this.
Yes.
Try kiya tha, par nahi hua. Show
Right.
them this also.
Yeah. Very, very interesting. So you included projects which you tried but failed at to show that your attempt was something which mattered to you. That's a wonderful way to, because in design it is required that you make mistakes, and I can see that you included projects in which you made mistakes. So great, very interesting to hear that. Sai, see, what about you? How did you prepare your portfolio and what did you include in it?
So what I got to know is
Mm.
that the portfolio is not just the showcase of your projects,
Correct.
but the design institutes don't know you. So through
Hmm.
your portfolio, you show who you are as a person.
Correct.
So yes, I did put a lot of design projects which I have done.
Hmm.
But I mean, I'll just go through what I had in my portfolio.
Right.
So I had a few design projects which I did, then a website that I had developed,
Hmm.
my sketches, drawings, paintings, folk art paintings which I had done to
Correct.
show like a variety that I've explored a lot of things.
Right.
Um, and another thing which I really tried to do was I wanted to showcase that I had consistently done a few things like Bharatnatyam. I've been learning for 13 years.
Right.
Then I am now a yoga instructor. So these
Hmm.
are things that even reflect who I am as a person. So
Hmm.
what I did for Bharatnatyam is that I composed this composition, which
Hmm.
is inspired by Greek mythology.
Okay.
So I sort of designed it in a way that even a layman could understand who has
Hmm.
no previous understanding of Bharatnatyam.
Oh.
So this was appreciated by one of the colleges as well, that they really liked how I was able to connect Greek mythology with Bharatnatyam. So
Hmm.
these are things that I put to showcase who I am, and I try to connect it with design.
Yes. Okay, wonderful. So you kind of included a little bit of both Guru Mantra as well as the personal projects which you
Yes.
were pursuing. Both of you did that. Okay, that's great. I'm happy to hear that. Next question is for you, say you. So generally, I know this for a fact that you have a lot on your plate. There is college, there is board exams, there is extra classes, the tuitions, the travel time, plus design and learning about design and understanding about design plus Guru Mantra classes. So, with so much on your plate, how difficult or how did both of you, I this question I'll come to you, Saisi, but how did you manage to balance everything and what steps did you take to do, not get stressed while balancing it?
So, yeah, I had college and like I went to FC, so it was like attendance was a thing.
Hmm.
So, what I did personally was like it required a lot of time management
Hmm.
and a lot of very conscious decisions to do something at a particular time and within the particular time. So, yeah, the college was, and I used to commute a lot because I live very far away from both the studios and my college.
Hmm.
So, what I found very interesting was during the commute time, I used to commute by bus. So, I used to, instead of like scrolling on my phone like everybody does, I
Hmm.
used to observe things. I think that helped me a lot. I used to read blogs. I used to listen to podcasts. So I very much utilized my commute time instead of like wasting it.
Hmm.
I also like I had a lot of friends from my area who went to the same college and who went to Guru Mantra also.
Okay.
So like connecting with them really helped. And if we were commuting together, we would design Guru Mantra projects together. We
Hmm.
would brainstorm in the canteen. And yeah, I think having a dedicated friend group also really helps along with time management.
Great. Very nice. I would also like you to highlight which stream you pursued. So, can both of you, can you also add that?
So I was pursuing arts,
Hmm.
so it was comparatively easier for me to juggle arts and design.
All right. Thank you. Say, see, what about you?
Okay, so I did a lot of things, not me. I joined a college where attendance was zero, and so I could really focus on design. And like my mom says, I lived a retired life for these 2 years, and but I started actually preparing for the board exams a month before the actual exam. Not a very thing to look up to. Please
Okay.
listen to Sai Ukudve. But so what I did was that before the um I prepared for the design entrances before all the prelims started, so I could even focus on that as well.
Correct.
And then the portfolios, I had all the content ready before the board exams and the entrances. But after the boards, I started actually compiling everything together to
Correct.
submit.
Correct.
Yeah. So
Okay, nice. So, do you know any of your friends who were in other streams but were also pursuing design?
yes, science, commerce, they had their own different classes
Hmm.
and they still managed to do it very well. They were able to submit all the Gurumantra assignments on time as well. I mean, we all used to be very surprised at how they were able to juggle time well, but yeah, they did it.
Right.
It's like compromising when you have entrances, sort of compromising a little bit on the board exam studies, and when you have the boards and prelims, then compromising on the entrance exam studies. So like managing that time is important.
Trying to balance
Yeah.
everything in the best way possible. I think what Sai, both of you have said, time management and discipline are two most important factors to have. You need to stay consistent rather than last moment study. So Sai, see, it doesn't apply to you because obviously बोर्ड एक्झाम्स मध्ये एका महिन्यात तू अभ्यास केला आहेस. इट शोज दॅट यू आर मोर डेडिकेटेड टू डिझाईन. But I would like to highlight के 12th चे marks पण do play a significant role in getting selected for at least pass व्हावं लागतं. Yes. All right. So next question is for you, Saisi. Um, both of you, but I'll come back to you, Sai. Saisi, how important do you think is the support from or having a support system from family or friends in this preparation journey?
Is very important. Um, the thing is, when I was little, I and my family used to play this game at night where we used to like select an object and we used to think how we could use it differently or how we could improve it. Like, for
Right.
example, if it's a cup, so what can I add to it so that it could be made better? Like, we used to think batteries so it could heat up on its own
Hmm.
or what else we could do. And that time we used to like religiously play this game every night.
Right.
And when I joined Guru Mantra, I realized this is what product design is.
Right.
So these conversations which I had with my family as to
Hmm.
how they could have done my project differently. So
Correct.
gaining different insights. And when it comes to friends who are also pursuing design along with me, now everyone comes from a different stream as well
Hmm.
and everyone has different hobbies.
Hmm.
So everybody's inputs on that one project, they really matter a lot. So having people around from the same tribe are like very important. It helps you a lot.
Wonderful. What about you, Sai? How did your
Yeah,
family
I
feel?
think that family is a very, very important part, especially like in something like design.
Hmm.
Both of my parents are not from a design background, but both of them are so creative that sometimes I wonder that how did they miss design? But I guess उस time पे नहीं था ज़्यादा. So
Hmm.
my dad really used to help me brainstorm for my Guru Mantra projects. He used to like uh, tell me good suggestions, and I think that it really helped, and family is one thing, like you're constantly with them. So what they say, what they suggest really rubs off on you, and you start to think better.
Wonderful. Like again, one more question I will direct to both of you. Uh, so, what would you recommend are, like survival skills? Like these three are the skills you need, absolutely need, or you need to hone upon, or you need to practice upon. So, what would the three skills or strengths you would recommend to get selected by design colleges? Sai, you?
Okay, so I would definitely recommend consistency, because
Hmm.
consistency is literally the key to achieving anything you want. I think that sketching वगैरह तो होता ही है, but I think that calmness is something you need to consciously practice, because
Hmm.
I know many of my friends, they are great designers, they are great at sketching, they are great at ideation, but they didn't make it to some of their top schools because they panicked at the last minute. So I think that it's very important to consciously practice calmness and work towards it through meditation and stuff.
Hmm. Okay. What would the third skill be?
Okay, third skill would be something along the lines of time management.
Okay.
Time management in your daily life as well as during the exam.
Exam. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Nice. Sai, see, what about you? Three skills, three top survival skills.
Yeah. Firstly, like Sai said, sketching वगैरह तो होता ही है. I'll just like to say that when you say a designer, sketching is a thing that you need to have already.
Hmm.
But other than that, I think
Hmm.
communicating your work to another person is very important. You can have cook up amazing ideas in your head, but if you're not able to, present it to the other person, there's no point of
Right.
it.
Right.
And when it comes to communication, it is also listening to things well. And
Hmm.
I can come to my second point, which is adaptability. So
Right.
after listening to things, it may be feedbacks, if you are able to adapt well to the feedback or to different changes, that
Right.
is very important. And then one thing which really helped me is that I love to learn.
Hmm.
So, always loving to learn and loving to explore new things is
Hmm.
going to really help.
Hmm. Wonderful. Yes, this next question is for you, Saisi. You got into a lot of design schools like NID, IIT, even Srishti and NIFT and BITS and MIT. So, uh, because you got into so many colleges, how did you choose that? How did you eliminate or decide on the final college which you want to join?
Okay. So I chose bits, and that is because I had done a lot of internships before
Mhm.
in 11th and 12th, and I
Mm,
realized I've learned so much through internships
mm,
because learning from someone who has a larger work experience than because you have to like be on your toes all the time and
correct.
learn so much from it. And everyone in my family is from a technical background,
Mm,
so when BITS introduced their design program,
yes.
my family started sending me the flyers. They were like, "Oh my God, Sai, design is starting in BITS,"
Mm,
and they started telling me the legacy of BITS.
right.
And then I did my own research.
Mm,
So BITS allows a lot of startups, then a lot of to put your ideas into life,
mm,
to start your own business is there. And as it is a new design school, yes, you might feel that um, how can it be reliable? But
correct.
it's bits. And another thing that is that I can actually start leadership programs there. I can
Right.
start clubs, is what I heard from the seniors as well. Even
Mm,
though they didn't have any seniors, we will have now.
yeah.
And they were able to start a lot of clubs on their own, and they learned a lot from that as well because they designed their own programs. So I think that is very interesting for me. And getting scholarship was even something that I
Cherry
really,
on top of the cake.
yeah. So that is why bits.
Okay, great. So in spite of getting into NID, passing IIT, getting into Srishti, NIFT, and MIT, you chose BITS. Okay, great. So this question is for both of you. Uh, you have mentioned about the Gurumantra mock test before in our conversation right now. And I would like to know from you, Sayu, how did the Gurumantra mock test help you prepare for the entrance exams? Were they like at what level were they helpful?
I think that the mock tests Guru Mantra had were very, very, very helpful. Mostly because it helped in judging where I am now and how much I need to do before the actual exam.
Hmm,
I also got to like explore a lot, explore some mediums, explore like what I want to put through to the examiner.
correct.
And the feedback that Guru Mantra gave, it was very personalized, it was very detailed,
Hmm,
and it really helped in judging that, okay, what am I good at now and what I need to improve.
right.
So it was very helpful to judge.
Okay. Yes, great. And one more, just an additional question to this one. Were these mock tests helping you for all design entrance exams? Help you prepare for all the entrance exams, or was it very specific?
Okay, so I only gave NID, UCEED,
Hmm.
MIT, and NIFT.
Hmm.
So in these four exams, I passed all four of them. So I think it really helped in each of those exams. I
Yes.
think Sai can tell more about how it helped in the private exams.
Yes. So both questions passing on to you, Saisi. How did the mock test fare in preparation for your entrance exams?
Okay, so the Guru Mantra mock tests are exactly how it is going to be in the final entrance exams.
Hmm.
And so, how NIT and IIT set the papers, it is similar. All the other colleges have similar paper patterns. Not a lot of questions change. It is basically you need to have a good creative aptitude and you also have to be good with part A. So all this is covered. And like my personal experience, when I say like all the mentors kept telling us, explore a lot of mediums because this is the time where you are able to explore a lot of things. Even though I tried, what I had done is that I had explored a lot of mediums while my practice. So I knew what my comfort was. So during the mock test, I was able to practice upon what I had decided is going to be my comfort medium, which was either mostly pencils or color pencils.
Color
So I was
pencil.
able to practice on that more and more, and that really helped me.
Right.
And another thing is that the feedback which we get on every mock test, it
Hmm.
helps us improve more during the, next mock
Next
test.
one.
And one thing is that the first mock test for me and a lot of my friends was this
Hmm.
sort of realization point ki चला आता अभ्यासाला लागा because we gave the exam and we realized that we have to work on our sketching without
Hmm.
actually looking at resources. We have to um, sketch things on our own. So
Right.
yeah, they were very helpful, the mock test.
I think what everyone does not realize is your reliability on social media and the various platforms and the easy access you have to it. During exams, that's not there. So it's a reality check, I think. Yeah. Okay, great. Just a last question for both of you. Sai, I would like to answer. I would like you to answer first. Share an an experience or unforgettable memory kind of you have from your time at Guru Mantra.
I think Gurumantra has given us a lot of really amazing memories with the nature trail and the boot camp.
Hmm.
But I think my personal favorite one was Blossom
Hmm.
because I had volunteered and it was so amazing. It was so gratifying to see the looks of parents and relatives who had come to visit, who were seeing our works for the first time and
Hmm.
explaining to them that what Guru Mantra is, what design is. And I think that our whole like volunteer group really bonded during that time. And I think it was the first time all of us were working together as one without the batch constraint. So I think that was a really fun memory, that working with all of them.
Wonderful. Saisi, what about you? Sayu किडवेचं blossom आहे. What about you?
Definitely Blossom. मी actually when you asked the question माझ्या डोक्यात वेगळं होतं आणि ती ब्लॉसम म्हणाली and I was like अरे हे ब्लॉसमच आहे.
Blossoms.
But another thing is that brought a lot of change in me
Hmm.
was me at I was in a different batch and we were
Hmm.
merged together with
Hmm.
another larger batch.
Yes. Yes.
And immediately then we had a group task. So I didn't know anybody in my team.
Right.
And we were done with making the product, and now we had a lot more days till the presentation. So we were
Hmm.
thinking how we could make the presentation more immersive.
Hmm.
Now everyone had their ideas, and everybody was like, we should use my idea only. And I know I was sort of the person who wanted even my idea to be, used, and everybody had clashes.
Hmm.
That time I sort of took a stand and I was like, let's brainstorm the good points in everybody's design.
Hmm.
And then, let's make one presentation.
Final idea.
And that time, even after we did that, all the mentors really liked it.
Hmm.
So, the learning that I got from this, how to work in a team, which I even applied right now when I had the BITS open house, we did the same thing where we were having a lot of idea clashes. And to, bring all the ideas together is very important when it comes to design because a lot of tasks happen in groups.
Correct.
So, I think that really helped me, the group tasks.
Hmm. All right. Wonderful. I think that you have both highlighted on a lot of important aspects of pursuing design and what goes on behind the scenario, the prep, the entrance exams, the portfolios. Um, I think we have pretty much covered majority of things. Uh, one last question I would like to ask you. You remember Gurumantra had shared 100 days plan with you all. How effective did you find that planner to be? Did you follow it, and how effective did you find it to be? Saisi?
I followed it when it came because I was really struggling with what I should do, what should I actually add in my timetable.
Right.
So following that plan and even adding a few things of my own to it, but sort of that plan gave me a structure as to how I can segregate my work. And even what I did, another thing I added to it was I made these green and red dots to the things I'm done and I'm still left to do it. So I was able to complete all those things that were there in the chart and other things that I needed to complete.
Perfect. I'm glad you personalized that planner for yourself. Yes. Say you?
So, like at that point where I received the planner, my schedule was already very packed to like
Hmm.
follow the plan to a T.
Hmm.
But I did use the resources and the materials given in that plan, and I think those really helped, like the sites that were given,
Hmm.
the blogs or the Instagram channels.
Hmm.
I think that those really, really helped me to amp up my prep.
Wonderful. Yes. Thank you so much. Uh, I would request the audience if you have any questions, maybe you can share in the uh, chat box. or we will try and address the questions. Please mention if there is a specific question for one of the students, which is SAEU or SAEC, so that we can ask them specifically. Um, we have a question for, I think this is a general question, both of you can answer it. How many pages of sketching did they do on a daily basis? In short, किती स्केचिंगची प्रॅक्टिस करायला लागली दोघांना every day is what is being asked. Sai, you want to go first?
Yeah, so I think it depends on like what level of sketching you're doing right now. But I
Hmm.
think personally, I really needed to improve my human figures.
Hmm.
So I did about 150 human figures per week.
Hmm.
So it really helped me prepare. As for pages, I don't think I counted how many pages I was doing daily. But yeah, about 2 hours daily at least.
Yes. Okay, great. So 2 hours on an average daily practice. Hmm. Right. Sai, see?
So I'm sure you must have gotten the task to give 100 sketches, human sketches. The
Hmm.
Gurumantra must have given you the task. So definitely I did those.
Hmm.
And one thing I realized is I wasn't able to draw without the reference.
Correct.
So what I did, I took one human figure and I sketched that when I mean I used to see it, I used to sketch it, and then I used to sketch that figure again 10 times without looking at it. So I
Right.
did at least 4 to 5 human figures every day, and then again object drawing as well.
Yeah. So
Okay, as she
basically
said,
daily 1.5 to 2 hours practice
yeah,
daily. That's to get comfortable.
yes.
All right. Okay. I think also what matters is to increase your speed because you have a certain amount of time in which you need to complete the ideas you're getting. So that helps to develop speed too.
I would like to add a point regarding speed.
Yeah.
So in mock test, I observed that like if on an average 30 minutes are there for one question, I could
Hmm.
only ideate for 10 and then I had to sketch for 20 because I used to sketch by pencil and then overdraw by micron
Hmm.
pens and
Hmm.
then color. So it took a lot of time. So what I did was I practiced drawing directly with microns.
Hmm.
So, in like the actual exam, I drew directly with microns. So it saved a lot of time.
Lot
I
of
could
time.
almost use 15 minutes for ideation at that point.
Right.
So,
Wonderful. So I think you kind of found the balance between your personal strengths and personal shortcomings and balanced them in a way that it was positive for you on all aspects. Superb. We have a bunch of other questions. The next question is, what resource books did you use other than Guru Mantra assignments? Saisi, you would like to answer?
Yeah. So Guru Mantra had given us a list of books which we could read. I'm sure you must have also gotten a list. Yeah. So I,
So there are a multiple, student groups here.
okay,
There is juniors as well as seniors.
okay,
So
okay,
I would like to add to what you are saying. If
okay,
it is juniors who have just begun their sessions, definitely not received the list of the books. If
okay,
it is seniors or juniors who are in their yes, they have received the list.
okay.
Continue. Yeah,
Yeah.
say.
So, for aptitude, I used the R.S. Agarwal books. Like, I got 3 of them. I
Yeah.
solved all of them because they are super interesting.
Hmm.
And I even went through, some math book because I love solving maths. So I
Hmm.
went through all the maths formulas and all the questions. So it was
Correct.
really. fun. And then I read a few books as well.
Hmm.
One Gurumantra had suggested is
Yeah.
Design of Everyday Things by Don Norman, and it was a very interesting book. I mean, I would definitely advise everyone to read it.
Okay, great. Say you, what about you?
Yeah, the same as Sai said, books. And I think that this one site that Guru Mantra suggested, India
Hmm.
Bix,
Hmm.
it was a total game changer for me for part A because I hated maths. Okay, I
Hmm.
hated doing maths sums, I hated doing formulas and stuff. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I think that India Bix really helped me.
Okay, great. Yes. One more question for you is, what is the next most important skill to practice on a daily basis after sketching? I think you have both addressed this question in ways like we spoke about discipline, we spoke about time management, and we spoke about consistency, adaptability. So these are the skills you have already mentioned. We'll move on to the next question. Did you ever feel like I was not as creative as others? And how did you cope up with it? Saisi, you would like to go first?
So it depends on what every task. Sometimes I used to come up with ideas instantly, and sometimes I used to take days to come up with answers.
Hmm.
But now, when we are thinking of entrance exams, you do not have that amount of time. And we used to always ask the mentors, what if at that point we are not able to come up with anything? And they used to tell us that again, it comes with practice, and we cannot predict what happens during the entrance exams. But
Hmm.
what we can prepare right now is like practice a lot based on the questions, like go through previous papers,
Hmm.
practice how you can think of that question differently. And then after you're done, after a month or two, go back to that question again because you have practiced a few other things. Maybe you'll be able to solve that question differently.
Correct.
So maybe something like that might help.
Yes, great. Sai, you, what about you? Did you
I
feel that you were not as creative as the others in the group, or and how did you cope up with it?
when you're in like an environment where a lot of creative people are working together, I think this definitely happens to most of us,
Right.
that we are like कि, oh my god, this idea is so creative, मेरा क्या होगा,
Hmm.
मुझे ये नहीं
Hmm.
सोचा. So I think that you don't have to compare your ideas with others ideas, compare
Hmm.
your ideas to your previous ideas, see how far you have come rather than looking at others' ideas. I feel that is very helpful.
Perfect. I also think having a uniqueness about you, the unique perspective which you bring to the table, plays a very important role in design. And what you said, both of you said, perfectly aligns with it. Just be yourself, do what you do best, and put it on the table. And you can definitely cope up with practice and whatever Sai was suggesting, like revisiting the question once you have gained more knowledge through solving different questions. Right. Next question is, what was your daily routine and how many hours did you study for both boards as well as design prep in a day? Sai, you, would you like to answer?
Okay, so like for boards, I was pretty like regular at attending my college. So
Hmm.
that counted as prep for boards in my books because I was attending the classes. So yeah,
Okay.
so that was there. And for design prep, I think about 2 hours of sketching daily, like I said earlier, and
Hmm.
about an hour of part A prep or some reading here and there, listening
Hmm.
to some podcasts, or
Hmm.
yeah, it's just very like you have to be that dedicated that you're thinking about design every minute of the day. Like even
Right.
when you're commuting, even when you're sitting in the class, you're looking at the teacher's table and wondering why that pen stand is like that. You have to like be that dedicated.
Interesting. Okay, so see, what about you? What was your daily routine?
I'm very sorry, but I'm not going to be able to be helpful when it comes to boards. Um, so I think whatever Sai said, but I'm very sorry. I did not give a lot of time to boards.
Hmm.
Um, I did score all right, but it is not something which I consistently did till 10th grade or even till 11th grade
Hmm.
because I did not pay enough attention because I knew I needed 45% to get into bits. I got a lot more than that distinction, but
All
yeah.
right. And what about your design prep, though?
Design prep, so sketching 2 hours daily,
Hmm.
definitely. If I get more time, I used to sketch a lot then as well. And I actually watched a lot of movies.
Hmm.
And one thing I love photography. So what
Hmm.
I did, I took a lot of pictures from
Hmm.
different angles, and
Right.
I started sketching those pictures that I took.
Oh.
And I
Hmm.
used to, when my mom used to like walk in the garden, I used to go with her and I used to sketch people.
Right.
So that is something I really enjoyed doing. And
Right.
again, solving the previous papers when it comes to UCEED, solving all the papers, they're all there on the website, just
Yeah.
opening and solving them. I've solved every paper at least 3 to 4 times, and
Hmm.
that helps a lot.
Yes. Okay, great. One next question for you is one of the students would like to know about how you came about choosing which stream of design is exactly for you, like is graphics or product or communication. What did you do to understand which stream is for me? Say you, would you like to answer first? Because I know that you're not yet sure.
I'm not yet sure myself,
Yes.
but yeah, like look for what interests you the most, I
Hmm.
feel. Like
Right.
even the projects Guru Mantra gives, no, even in design challenges, if you have done that till now, each of the project is aligned to some or the other stream. So
Right.
look for projects that made you interested, look for projects that you feel you did best on,
Correct.
and talk to mentors. I think mentors really really help in deciding what you want to do.
All right. Okay, great. See, what about you?
Again, based on the projects,
Hmm.
but I always knew that I loved product design.
Product. Yeah.
And I even know what I want to do in that. It is
Hmm.
vehicle designing. But one thing is, I'm not sure if you know about this, but every design school gives a foundation year where
Right.
you are allowed to explore all specializations.
Yeah.
And then from the next year, you have to decide your specialization. So if you till even after 12th haven't decided what you want, you get another year to decide it.
Correct. Yes, perfect. Next question is which college are you starting with and which subtype in design? I think it is very much something which you already answered, but maybe you could sum it up for them in a sentence. Which college have are you starting with, or in Sai's case, you're still waiting for the final results, and which subtype in design? So, Sai, C, would you like to go first?
Okay, I'm starting with Bits Pilani.
Hmm.
Um, it is in Mumbai, and I so now we'll have the foundation year, and from
Yes,
the second year, I will be choosing product design as my specialization.
correct. Say you.
I am currently waiting for the NID campus allotments.
Yes.
And in second year, I think I'll be doing industrial design, but I'm
Hmm.
not sure.
So I'll just sum up what you said. In When you are pursuing design in year one, you are required to go through the foundation, which is called the foundation year. So you are required to go through all the various specializations and learning about these various specializations. After semester two, in your year two, you are required to select the subtype in design or the specific specialization you want to pursue. And that's when after all the exposure, you can decide which subtype you want to pursue. So, in case of Sai C, she has already decided. Sai U is still on the, borderline. She might decide and change once she is in semester two. So that's when the decision is to be made. Right. Next, any advice you can give related to specific resources? I think we have already addressed this question. It's again multiple one. Although we keep talking about part A, part A, part A, I would like to know from you all, the Guru Mantra Quizathon, did it put a spin on things or did it make you fall or give help you in your pursuit of part A?
It did. It definitely did. It brought a sense of competitiveness कि,
Okay.
जीतना है.
Yeah. Would Sai C or Sai U, can you explain Quizathon in a simple line and how it helped you? Sai C?
Sure. So it is a quiz, but it is like this very competitive quiz that we have amongst all the batches.
Hmm.
And it is based on part A. So we have GK, then we have the logical reasoning part as well, a few math questions, but it is a blast. And the thing is, we learn so much from it because we know when we know that Quizathon is approaching, all of us start studying for part A even more religiously. And if we definitely get through round one
Hmm.
for our team, we sat through the entire night just preparing through it so that we can even get into round two. Well,
Right.
fine.
Nice. Interesting. Sai you?
Yeah, so it definitely is a very competitive quiz where I think the groups were made for my batch, at least it were made very randomly and across all batches. So
Hmm.
firstly, I didn't know anyone in my group. So there was that thing that, okay, I have to prove myself to a whole new set of people. So that was one of my incentives for like studying harder.
Right.
Uh, yeah, it really helped with the party prep, and it also like told us कि बहुत कुछ अभी बाकी है. You have a lot more left to do, so do
Right.
it.
Right. Wonderful. Okay. I would also, this question, I think I'll combine the next two questions a bit. Did any specific stream help you in your pursuit of design? And is maths really an important subject? Does maths really matter in your pursuit of design? Sai, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I think that being an art student helped a little bit because my subjects like psychology, geography, history, political science, they were pretty GK based only. So
Hmm.
it was, I understood like GK things faster because of my knowledge in that.
Right.
And as for maths, I don't think like 11th and 12th maths is not at all required for design. Till 10th what you have studied suffices,
Hmm.
and NID this year didn't ask any questions based on maths,
Right.
so
Yes.
like that was good thing for me.
Nice. Yes, perfect. Saisi, what about you?
I mean, Sai already told, but just
Yeah.
one thing I'd like to add is that if you already decide what you want to focus on, if it
Hmm.
is just NID and not UCEED, then maybe not a lot of maths is required. But
Hmm.
if you also want to focus a lot on UCEED as well, then yes, maths is pretty important. Um,
Correct.
yeah.
Yes. Perfect. Yes. This question is for both of them. Would you recommend would you recommend a college with 0% attendance or a college with compulsory attendance? Saisi, you want to answer that? I think you already
Person.
said this that you didn't attend the college,
I mean,
but
again,
would
you
you
decide
recommend it?
what you want to do. I mean, I definitely did want good grades for my 12th as well, which I
Right.
did get, but like till 10th, I mean, I knew my parents knew that I could do well academically. So they
Hmm.
were also okay with me not attending college. But I mean, I would definitely recommend a 0% attendance college.
Okay. Sahi, you. What about you?
Yeah, I think a zero attendance college gives you a lot of free time to practice and like do design prep and stuff. So yeah, I think that it may help. But for me, the daily routine of going to college was also something that helped me personally
Right.
in my design journey. So
Correct.
I would say do what you think is best.
Right. Okay, this next question is for Sai C. I think the gist of this you have already answered, but maybe you can sum it up for this person who has asked the question. What led you to choose BITS even after getting into NID IIT? BITS is a relatively new in the design program. So, what led you to choose BITS?
Okay. So, I went through the curriculum that BITS has,
Hmm.
and it is mostly doing things on your own.
Yeah.
And that is something that I love doing. I mean, till 10th grade, I was in IB school, and that is what I am used to doing.
Hmm.
Um, so that is something I love to do as well. And doing startups is what BITS offers as well. Starting your own companies, doing a lot
Hmm.
of internships. This is something that I want to do. I actually want to step into the industry and actually learn a lot from the industry experts as soon as I can. And as you said, BITS is a new college.
Hmm.
That is true. But for us, we will also have the mentors with us. And in the campus, we have a lot of seniors from different backgrounds as well.
Correct.
So that'll also help me, and I would love to start things on my own, start clubs on my own, because
Right.
leadership is something that I've always done throughout my schooling years. So that is something I'd like to explore in bit.
Pursue and explore. Okay, wonderful. Yes. Next question is how do we create a convincing and a unique portfolio? Sai, you would you want to answer this?
I think that when it comes to portfolio, showing the person who is looking at the portfolio your dedication for design is very
Hmm.
important. Showing them your versatility, showing them what all skills you have is also very important. So I think that even if you deem some skill or some project as not good enough, you
Hmm.
should still put it in there because it really helps a person to judge your personality and judge your judge you as a person.
Person, right. Yes. Great. Like, Sai, see, what about you? Like, how to go about? And I would also like you to highlight if Guru Mantra's Portfolio Buddy program help you in your creative pursuit of the final portfolio. Yeah. Sai, see?
Yes. So what all to add in the portfolio? Sai already mentioned that. So I won't
Hmm.
go through that, and I'll talk about the Portfolio Buddy program.
Okay.
So I'll quickly just tell you what it is. So a student from the third year who is already in pursuing design and are in
Hmm.
their third year gets matched with us. So they are our portfolio buddies, and we share our portfolios with them, and then they help us how we can make it better, or these things are actually nice, highlight them more.
Correct.
So that definitely helps because we're in a group together, 3 to 4 of us, so
Hmm.
we're able to see each other's portfolios as well, and
Right.
gain insights from our seniors too. So
Right.
it did help.
Perfect. Yes. We have time for only last two questions. I have one question already here. What helped you be more focused and concentrated on things you were doing for design as well as for preparation of exams? Sai, would you like to answer that?
Can you like clarify the question a little bit?
So, what helped you be more focused and concentrated on things you were doing for the design and for the preparation of the design exams?
I think the focus majorly comes with the um, desire to become a designer.
Hmm.
So I think that for me, I was already a very focused person because
Hmm.
I really, really, really wanted to do this. So I think the focus just came with it.
Hmm. Perfect. Saisi?
I knew I wanted to get into bits, so I just worked on that because I knew I wanted this. So, yeah.
Great. Yes. So we have completed all the questions. Um, Thank you so much for taking the time out and patiently answering all the various questions from the audiences as well as some FAQ style questions from me. Uh, you both have begun a very interesting journey about pursuing design, about choosing to be helpful and create a better world through design. And it's going to be wonderful to have you as fellow practitioners in this particular field. And I look forward to seeing where you go from here. Uh, yes, Aparna ma'am.
Can I
Yes.
just say one thing?
Yes, sure, sir. Yeah.
I would like to thank you so much for this opportunity because I remember a year back when I was attending the same session with one student from BIT and one who had gotten into NID, and I told my mother ki, I really want to be there once. And she's like, you
Hmm.
have to work hard now. So I'm so glad that we got this opportunity to talk about our journey.
Right.
Thank you so much.
It definitely helps reach a larger audience. I understand.
So it's your dream come true like moment. So your passion and chasing your dream is very important in getting the success. That's what your journey actually conveyed to all the aspiring students. So wonderful interaction from both of you. Um, it was so flawless. It was so natural. And I would say that, even when we look 2 years back, like how you started your journey with Guru Mantra, with a lot of confusion in the mind, and how confident now you are, and entering into your next journey at design schools. So it is very good to see. So we wish you all the best, and Guru Mantra is always a second home to all of you. So we'll be always in touch. Um, Even some students might reach out to you for seeking some help. Now they have joined this session. It will be great if you can share your Instagram handle so they get connected to you as well. And yes, we'll be always there to help you.
I think that it'll be my pleasure to share my Instagram handle for anybody to reach out with any doubts. My Instagram handle is sai.okidwe, pretty straightforward. And I remember, like I said, last year I was attending this session with my seniors, and I did reach out to them regarding my doubts. So feel free to reach out to me anytime. And thank you to Guru Mantra for giving me this opportunity.
Good.
Can you please repeat your Instagram ID?
I think it would be better if both of you type it in the chat box so it's available to, everyone and it is easier to understand too. So everyone who has joined, um, both the Sais have shared their Instagram handles in the chat box. You can refer to those and you may reach out to them. be mindful. Please be mindful of the time they can give. They might be busy. They might not answer immediately. So have patience. They will. We trust them very much, and they are wonderful people. So let's give them some time to reply to everyone's questions if you have any. Yes.
So yes, thank you even to Dhwani ma'am for having such a wonderful conversation, making them feel comfortable. So thanks to all the participants for being there throughout. See you all soon.